Good morning. The music is a little bit more uplifting because it is raining. I hope everybody's doing great, or as best as possible. We'll see how it flows today. I have a lot of ideas in my head, which I don't know if it's the time that we're living in. It's a little bit of a chaos. I couldn't organize myself for today, so I'll see how we'll flow today. Please bear with me. I don't know how is it going to be. I could have easily just say, oh, there's no live, but I still want to stick a little bit with what I'm doing. So even if it's not perfect, who's perfect anyway? So we'll see how we'll do. We'll do some salutations. I'll probably avoid doing the 5 breaths because just want to keep a bit more flow and see how we go. Then try to squeeze in some variations so we can slowly start getting into tripod headstand. I'll just go from there. Very easy for me. Then easy variation of headstand. Just have a little feel, and it will be up to you to decide if you want to try or not, or just continue doing some salutations. So that's it. I think I can still adjust a little bit. Yeah, okay. So I hope you enroll your mat, you have your furniture out of the way so we can start by focusing on our breathing so we can warm up. Big inhale, big exhale. If you have yoga blocks, it would be nice to have them handy or close to you. If not, it's fine, we can still walk around it. So let's begin. Just breathe. Nice, inhale up. Exhale down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk back. Hold a little bit the plank here. Inhale, exhale. Slightly bring your shoulders a little bit above your wrists. Contract your core. You see from here, I'm here. Inhale, exhale. Knees down. Chest to the floor. Tuck your toes. Inhale up. Exhale back. Lift your hips up. And downward dog. We will be walking. Lift one leg up. Just have a feel. The other side. Lift the leg up. Back down. Inhale, walk. Exhale, fold. And inhale. Little twist. Inhale up. Exhale down. Fold. Inhale up. Lift. Exhale back. Inhale in plank. Exhale. Inhale. Push your plank higher. Focusing on the shoulders and core contract. Inhale, exhale. And knees down. Chest to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, hips back. And lift. And again, walk the dog. Inhale, leg up. You can bend or lift your legs, stretch up, down. Inhale, walk to half lift. Exhale, fold. And fold almost into a chair position. Bring your arms to prayer. And hands down. Try to lift a little bit. Shake a little bit side to side. See if we can warm up the hamstrings. Just bend and lift up. Bend and up. And let's try to fold again. Again, bend your knees. Stay in a little chair. Or let's call it a strong chair. This is not a little chair. You can bring your elbows to meet your knees. Hands in prayer. Hands back to the floor. Lift. Inhale up. Shake it off. So with hands up. You can move your hips side to side. Hands down. Inhale up. Hands down. Inhale up. Hands down. Inhale up. Let's go deeper. Hands down. Inhale up. Hands down. Inhale up. Hands down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Relax. Move your hips a little bit side to side. Start doing big circles. Opposite direction. Whee. That feels good. From here, you can open up your hips wider. Just keep yourself in a safe stance. And we'll just go slightly. You can still bend your legs. Just start bringing your hips towards the ground. Hands onto your quads or knees. So up, down. Your knees and feet can be pointing outwards. Protect your joints. Hold on to your hands and up. Again, start feeling the warmth and up. Down and up. Put your feet, change the direction of the feet. Hands to the floor, or in this case you can grab the blocks if you have them close to you. Use them almost like your hands, that way you'll have more distance between, well, you'll get closer to the floor. Let's pretend that instead of being here, you're slightly higher. So from here you can still have smaller stance and your knees bend, and then slowly bringing your body closer to the floor. Don't forget to keep your breathing. Feel free to adjust if you need to come closer or open wider. In my case, I need to open wider. I have long legs. So even with a little bend, you can still work with a little bend and just try to reach further into the ground. side lunge. So moving your hips side to side. And then trying to reach closer to the ground. If this is too much, you can put the blocks to the side and reach further. Or even if you're high up, you can just still try to reach with your head in between the blocks. If that is not possible, just stay whatever stance you are, even if it's here. Just keep your back nice and straight. And slowly start going slightly deeper. On every exhale, you try to move slightly deeper. Now you just have to adapt depending on where you are. I'll fold my down, even have a hold with the forearms into it. Now with my legs straight, it will be a deeper stretch, and I'm kind of just going gentle pulses and coming back. Let's come back up. Inhale. Move your left foot towards the front. The other foot, 45-degree angle. Sink into your quads. Body forward. Inhale, bring your hands into warrior one. You can keep them separated. You can do prayer. Bring your elbows together. Inhale up. Exhale, you can come to warrior two. Gaze into your fingertips from your left hand. Bring it back up. If your blocks are close enough, you can grab a hold on to one of them and rest your hand. So we can go into triangle. And now, big inhale, come back up. Back to the front. Block into the floor. You can go again and try to reach further. So you can have a little bend in your knees. Inhale, exhale. If you're already feeling nice and warm, you can keep your legs straight. Hands into the blocks. So it's a wide-legged forward fold. Come back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up. And let's do our right side. So bring the back foot on the 45-degree angle, or an angle that you feel more comfortable with. Torso is also facing forward, feet is facing forward. So forward, feet slightly to the side or slightly angled, and then we bring our quads and our hips lower. Hands go all the way up. Warrior one. And gently come back up. Start moving into warrior two. Can give a little bit more angle to the back foot. Have a nice foundation. check if your other hand is leveled up. And just stay here for 2 breaths. From here, this right leg will come up. You can shift your stance if you need, like I did now. Grab a hold onto the block. Remember, it's just a little extra support if the floor is too far away from you at this moment. So from here, bring the torso up, contract the core to have nice balance, and gaze up. Slowly come back out of the pose. Turn your feet. Whew, I'm feeling nice and warm. Coming back to our wide forward fold. If you need, you can have a little bit more distance here and just bring your head gently down. Remember, contract your quads, legs active, the core active as well. If this is too wide, like I said, bring your stance more in. But remember, smaller stance, the deeper the fold. Wider stance, you work more with the opening up the hips, stretching of the hamstrings, and you'll be closer to the floor. But you'll have a bigger distance on the fold. So I'm going to remove the blocks just for demonstration purposes. You can keep them, but I'll prefer to be on the floor now because the hands need to be nice into the floor. I'm adjusting myself to the back of the mat. And here is when we start bringing our head close to the ground, just a light touch. And up. Inhale, exhale. Again. Again. Now bring the legs back in. You can stay a little bit on your tippy toes, still head down, just big inhale, exhale. Now I'm going to bring you guys closer, just so you can see the setup for, even maybe here, just the setup for the tripod headstand. Hopefully it will be enough. You won't need to see my legs much, but it will be good to see the setup for the tripod. So, I'll go lower. Here, imagine if you put a book in your head, that's the area that should be in contact with the floor when we are kind of, trying to hold something in our head. So you'll know what's the point that should be touching the floor. It's not our forehead, it's not the back of our head, it's just crown, so this area. It's good to have our hands set up as a triangle, so the head will be Imagine the head will be here, and the head will be here, and the hands will be here on the side. So we'll do a triangle to distribute our body weight evenly. So, I still don't think the angle is the best. Sorry for shifting so much the camera today, but okay. I'll probably try to work with this. So this will be the point. Hands here, or you can even just do a triangle with your hands. Go from this. You'll know where everything should be. So the head goes here, the hands go here. So this will be our place to start with. And just here even it will be just inhaling and exhaling and letting the blood just reach our head. And be comfortable just with that feeling. After this step, we will be tucked, well, my toes are tucked, and I'll be in the floor, and just here you can feel the weight that will go into the head. So if this is too much, you can just back off and go back into child's pose and have a rest. If not, you can still start feeling the weight on the head. Also, as you can see, my neck needs to be nice and strong. Shoulders need to be nice and strong as well. Nicely activated. So this will be one of the first steps, just for you to have a feel and to try and do headstand. I'm just in this position and I can see my sweat just coming down under my armpits. So you can see how strong is this pose. So just be really careful, be gentle. If you prefer, you can do close to the wall with someone watching you, just in case something happens, because you don't want to hurt yourself. But if you take measures to do the proper steps, this will be a first step for today. I can't really say, or just go and jump into the wall, because it could be a bit dangerous if you don't have the foundations, because you need to have a lot of strength on your neck, because you can be just in this position, and this is not healthy if you're transferring your body weight into your hands and your head. And at the same time, the head is not where it should be all the weight. We're transferring for our heads, right? Coming back to this position. I'll lift you a little bit. Sorry, this will be my most awkward live. Deal with it. If you don't like it, sorry. There's plenty other people who can go and watch, but I do appreciate if you're here. So, like I said, triangle. Always head, hands will go where the elbows were, tippy toes, and see how, I'm not squeezing everything in. I'm keeping everything with nice, and there's plenty of space around my shoulders. So from here, I'm lifting my knees off the ground, and I'll be walking little steps till I kind of go on to tippy toes, and to the point that I can slowly lift. Yes, there's some pressure in my head now, but my hands need to push. My elbows can't do this because I'll be falling. It needs to be inwards and active. Can you see I'm a little bit shaking even? So let's go back down. Whew. Child's pose. So this is one way of going into headstand. My most favorite way of going to headstand, and I kind of feel like I have an extra support to the head. And it was actually the time that I learned how to do the headstand will be with our hands. Like I said, you have the triangle. I kind of focus like doing the hands in prayer and where my elbows are. So if you interlace your fingers and keep this little guy in, instead of being like this, I'll just bring it in. So this will be like a little nest for my head. Bring that nest. We're carrying the nest with us. Bring that nest to the mat. Keep your elbows making a triangle with the hands. And from here, you have the perfect place to bring your head in. It's almost like a little support. But don't use this as a way of, oh, I can rest my head here. No. It's just some guidance, because you want to have your head as light as possible. So here you place your head. Remember, it'll be like this. You kind of have to push everything up so the head is touching just lightly. And again, the same thing. Slowly, tiptoes, bring your knees off the ground. You walk, walk, walk. And here, in this movement, I'm transferring even more weight to my shoulders so I can lift off the ground. You can start by just bringing one leg up or the other side up. Because everything is working together. You need to have your core activated. You need to have your shoulders nice and activated so you can have that lift. If you don't have that, it will feel very heavy, but it's not impossible. It's just strengthening the muscles that you need in order to have that lift. And always thinking that the head should be as light as possible, because most of the body weight will be onto our shoulders. That's why when we're doing sun salutations, sun B, like, oh, it's always the same thing. Yes, it's always the same thing, because it's the foundations of the poses. And when we're doing knees to the ground, chest down, here we're kind of doing a push-up already. That's where you get most of your upper body strength. And at the same time, when you come from here to here, nice and straight and lowering down, you're doing a push-up. I was going to use the F word nearly, but I'm just trying to get my point across. It's a lot of upper body strength that when you have it, and you can do your sun salutations with nice and flow and ease, and you go slowly down, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. I'm hot already. So warm. That's when it will come very easier for you to do the inversions, because you'll set up your headstand, put your head down, and see how I easily just adjust everything to accommodate. And then slowly bring one leg up and bring the other side. For a long time, I was stuck in this position. I will open the legs, I will do the movements, but I wouldn't dare to bring my legs up. Because I was afraid to fall. But then if you try on the wall, it's different. It starts giving you a bit more confidence. You start getting strong in the areas where you're lacking the strength, and things kind of come together. But this is a journey, not a destination. Everybody's different. Everybody has different abilities. Maybe you're not as strong, but you're super flexible, or the other way around. So that's it. I think my class today was just talking a lot. I apologize for that. But I hope you take something out of this session. I could speak more and more, but probably I'll just be confusing you even more. Just taking a moment. I'll be confusing you even more. But I hope this class was useful, even though I was talking a little bit. You can see it again later if you want to give it a go. Like I said, you'll probably have someone at home with you now, because you know we're all in this together, at least with quarantine. So have someone spot you, even if you're with your kids, they'll probably do it quicker than you, that's the thing. They'll catch up everything quicker than us. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. So it's like everything is connected. All the exercise, all the positions, the postures, the asanas that we do over and over again, and we kind of use it as a warm-up, and sometimes it could be just that you do for the whole day, even if it's just one sun salutation. It will always give you a little bit more strength, so the next day or the next week when you start doing it again, you feel that you have some sort of improvement. So this is an everyday work. So like I said, this is not a destination, this is a journey. Everybody has different journeys, and I hope you start yours or you continue with yours, and I see you guys tomorrow. So namaste for everybody that watch me and follow me and support me. Namaste. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, Monica. Bye bye.